Well, thank you, Dorothy, and thank you, Stephanie, for joining us today. We're here, the Impact 100 DC chapter, talking about really a special thing, mother and daughter relationships. Our chapter currently has 6 mother-daughter pairs, and we're excited to feature Dorothy and Stephanie. Dorothy is a founding board member, and both of them are founding members of Impact 100. To get us started, I just thought I would ask a pretty simple question, but really maybe to you, Dorothy, what brought you or drew you into Impact 100?
Well, first of all, Ann Vaughn, who's the president of Impact 100, is a friend of mine. And when she told me about this exciting opportunity, I couldn't pass up, the chance to work with a number of women, who would be working on something very meaningful that would impact our community. And so I jumped at that opportunity to do that.
That's
And then,
great.
of course, also the vision and mission of the organization really speaks to me, especially, being able to bring this large group of women together and do something in a time right now where things are really rough for a lot of people. And so I thought it would be wonderful to be part of that.
Yeah, I know. What really spoke to me was that sort of transformational opportunity, or the multiplication of your gifts. Well, you also encouraged your daughter to join, and so Stephanie is with us as that. And I thought maybe Dorothy, you could start, and then Stephanie can chime in. But really, why are you excited to do this together?
Well, I think I'm going to let Stephanie answer that because
Okay.
when I told her what I was doing, she actually, said, "Oh, that sounds like something I'd like to do." So, Stephanie, you want to share your thoughts on it?
So my mom and I talk multiple times a day, and so that hasn't changed over the course of the pandemic. And so she mentioned she joined this organization called Impact 100 and sent me over some information, and I thought it was really interesting. And she mentioned she had a target of a certain number of members to recruit, and she was mentioning names of folks she thought would be interested. And I said, well, what about me? Can I join? So that's how I joined, and really thought that the idea of bringing 100 women together to make a $100,000 gift or more, if there are more participants, was really brilliant. And so was excited to join this effort, and also excited to have the opportunity to work with my mom.
That's awesome. I know it's so important at least to me and my family, sort of to share that, philanthropic spirit. So it's nice to see a mother and daughter working together and doing something. Dorothy, do you have anything to add there to it? Like when she told you, you must have been hopefully excited.
I was very excited. But, it's something that in our family, philanthropy, certainly not at this level all the time to many organizations, but Stephanie can talk a little bit about what we used to do to her as a child in terms of taking her around to all of the organizations that we may have had meetings with. And do you want to share?
Yeah, I'm happy to. Well, 2 things come to mind. The first was that my parents always instilled a philanthropic spirit with me from the beginning. I used to get an allowance that was my age. So if I was 10, I'd get $10. And I was supposed to contribute $1 to savings. So I'd have an envelope that said savings, and $1 would go in that envelope, and $1 to charitable contributions. And I got to choose where I wanted to give that money, but that was instilled in me at a very young age. And again, I don't know if it was purposeful or just easier on my parents to bring me to all of their meetings and activities on the weekends and evenings. But my dad worked in corporate social responsibility, and my mom was very involved in the community. So whether it was attending Choral Arts Society of Washington meetings and sitting in the back reading a book, or Boys and Girls Club of DC meetings, or participating in church activities at Northminster Presbyterian Church with my mom, I was it was always in the background and something that I remember from my childhood, and I still do. In my current community, which is New York, but DC is always going to be home. And so it's great to be able to contribute with my mom in that capacity through Impact 100.
That's amazing that you're in New York, but still, DC is home for you. So still able to participate there. How would you guys encourage other mother-daughters, or would you encourage other mother-daughters to sort of connect and do this as well?
I definitely would, because it's so interesting to see your daughter grow up and see some of the things that you may have instilled in them and really not known how things work out, but to bring them on to a program like Impact 100 and to really get them to think about philanthropy, and that there's so much need. And to be part of that in a program like Impact 100 that is not necessarily, dealing with the huge organizations, but some local groups that are in dire need of support. And Impact 100, can, give $100,000 to a small organization to help with a particular project. And so a mother-daughter working together on something like that, I think is phenomenal, because you can actually see, both of them who have some interest in supporting their community.
That's amazing. And you've got now another generation to inspire as well, which I think, congratulations, Stephanie, and you and Dorothy on your growing family. I really appreciate your time and sharing a little bit about your story, and look forward to hearing more. Thank you.
Thank you.